Hello everyone, welcome back to Business Central Musings. I'm glad you're here. We cover every week a topic related to Business Central. Sometimes we cover a technical topic, sometimes we cover a functional topic. Other times I've been talking about um, how we can use ChatGPT or Copilot within Business Central, outside of Business Central. So it's a lot of interesting. I found them interesting materials related to Business Central. Um, Today's topic is related to two new functions that will appear in the latest AAL compiler. And these two functions are, in fact, existing functions, but Microsoft created overloaded versions of these functions. So, for example, one of the functions we're going to see today is FieldExist. As you can see here on the left-hand side, we have FieldExist, but there is also a FieldExist with an integer parameter. So, um, with FieldExist, once you have RecordRef, you were able to FieldExist integer. You were able to say, okay, let's say customer table. Field ID 1 is the number field. We could test if FieldExist 1. If returns true, that means in that table we have a field with ID 1. But now with FieldExist text, we can pass the name of the field, like in this particular case, we can pass no dot within quotes, and if there is a field called like that, no dot, then FieldExist will return true. What is the use case? Again, I kind of forgot to, or I lost my track. What is the use case? I heard quite often in the last 2-3 years, 4 years, um, junior developers asking about how can we get the value of a field that's not in the base application, but it's a field that belongs to a table extension. And the table extension might not be ours. It might be a field that belongs to, to a table extension for customer table developed by binary stream or InsightWorks. But it's a field that's extending the customer table. So if I want from my PTE to access a field that's added in a binary stream um, customer table extension for customer table, how can we do that? So the way one of the ways, but the easiest way is if I want to get a field by ID, by its ID, we get a customer, we get a RecordRef for that particular record. In my case, I have a function get value field by get value via field ID. I'm passing a customer record and a field ID, and I want to see if a specific integer has a field. There is a representation, a field representation of that ID in our customer table, and we have this field ID. We're getting a RecordRef, a RecRef variable, and then once you have the RecRef variable, you have access to this FieldExist, to which you can pass the field ID. And if the field ID exists, we can get a field ref. This is going to return a field ref. We hover over the field function. We see we're passing a field number, which is an integer, and the result of this function is a field ref. To which we don't really need to, at least in my case here, we don't really need to get the field ref. We can apply the function value to a field ref. How do you know the ID? Well, open up the page inspection in the client and try to locate that binary stream or InsightWorks or any other ISV extension for a specific record, like customer record. So with page inspection, you find ID, and then you find the field ref, and then you apply the value to it. So that's something that's been in Business Central for a long time, even in Dynamics and AV. With the latest release, though, we have an overloaded version of the FieldExist function. And FieldExist, as you can see here, we can pass now a field name, which is a text. And if, of course, it returns a Boolean, just like in the other case here. And not only field exists, but also field has an overloaded version. We can now pass to field a field name. Yes, Nemo. We are busy right now. Okay. So we can pass the field name, the text, the string to the field function, and we get obviously a field ref, and yeah, we get a field ref, but we don't really need that variable. We can apply value right away. We can chain the value function for a field ref, and that's pretty much it. So two functions in the new AL compiler, FieldExist and field, not two new functions, but two overloads of existing functions. And let's try to run a quick demo. What I did, I added two actions on the customer list. Get field by ID and get field by name. And we're calling the two functions get value via field ID that exists in this code unit, and get value via field name. And that's the method that's going to leverage the two new overloads. So let's see them, how they look like in the code. So they are here located under customer, related customer, get field by ID. We have a breakpoint here. We're getting the customer record. We're passing the value 1 because that's what I passed here. I passed 1, the field number 1. I'm interested in the number field. We passed 1. We know that field exists, so we're in the then branch of the if, and then yeah, we get the field value 30,000, and we're gonna display the 30,000. Here we go. The same thing here with the second function, get field by name. We're getting the table, we're passing the number, so we can see here we're passing the field name number, and we're finding the field obviously, and we can also identify the value. Now the value, the field function receives the name of the field, and that's pretty much it. So field exists, and uh, the functions that have two overloads now are field exist and field. Field exist can receive now the field name, and field RecordRef field can also receive now not an ID but a text, the name of the field. I hope it helps. If you're interested in more tips for developers, AL developers, or Business Central consultant, or Business Central admin, follow my YouTube channel, Business Central Musings. Subscribe to it, like it when you find it useful, and I'll see you in the next weeks. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.